a good friend of mine and a completely committed American. One more honorable guest came to our support today. Please welcome Jeff Dawson, the Associate Director of the Jewish Community Relations Council in Palm Beach.
Hi there, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Augusta. Thank you, everyone. I want to also thank Dimitri and Natalia and UA Florida for the incredible work and for hosting this wonderful event. We're here to celebrate Ukrainian Independence Day and to support the good people of Ukraine. And I'm honored to stand before you today as a representative of the Jewish community and as the Associate Director of the Jewish Community Relations Council for Jewish Federation of Palm Beach County. Our CEO, Michael Hoffman, and our board chair, Susan Pertnoy, recently returned from a 4-day mission to Ukraine to assess the ongoing needs and to express our solidarity with the Ukrainian people who live under the constant shadow of danger. Michael and Susan experienced for themselves midnight evacuations from their hotel to bomb shelters as air raid sirens wailed in the background. They saw the devastating effects of wartime inflation, which has soared above 40%, forcing people to make agonizing choices between food and life-saving medicine. They met Ukrainians like Nadia, an 85-year-old Holocaust survivor whose life has been a relentless marathon of escape and survival. She fled eastern Ukraine during World War II, resettled in Crimea, only to be uprooted again by Russia's invasion in 2014. Now she lives in Western Ukraine alone, her family long gone. She relies on Jewish Federation and our partner organizations for her basic human needs, food, medical care, and community. When Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine unleashed the most devastating humanitarian crisis in Europe since World War II, I'm proud to say that the Jewish community in Palm Beach County sprang into action by raising funds and awareness for humanitarian aid, medical assistance, and security measures. Jewish Federation on the national level has collectively raised more than $90 million for relief efforts, providing vital services to the most vulnerable segments of Ukrainian society, from family to children to elderly Holocaust survivors like Nadia. This commitment stems from a deep-rooted connection. As Jews, we have a special bond with Ukraine, a land that has been home to one of the largest and most diverse Jewish communities in the world for over a millennium. From the time of the Kievan Rus to the birth of significant Jewish movements like Hasidism and Zionism, Ukraine has been a cornerstone of our collective history. Ukraine was home to over 1.5 million Jews before the Holocaust, many of whom perished at the hands of the Nazis and their collaborators. Today, approximately 200,000 remain. And in 2019, with the election of Vladimir Zelensky, Ukraine became the only country other than Israel to have both a Jewish president and a Jewish prime minister. Today, many Jews serve in the ranks of the Ukrainian armed forces and volunteer battalions, defending their homeland from Russian aggression. This weekend marks the premiere of Golda, a film about Golda Meir, Israel's first and only female prime minister. Born in Kyiv, Golda devoted her life to shielding Jews in Israel from hostile neighbors determined to erase it from the map. Her resolve is encapsulated in the words, "We intend to remain alive. Our neighbors want to see us dead. This is not a question that leaves much room for compromise." Today, these words resonate not only with Jews, but also with Ukrainians who stand defiant against a neighboring Russia bent on their annihilation. Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, born in Mykolaiv, was one of the most influential Jewish leaders of the 20th century. He taught us that a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. And in these challenging times, Ukraine stands as a beacon of light against the darkness of Russian aggression. Natan Chazin, a rabbi from Odessa who served in the Israeli Defense Forces, returned to Ukraine to lead the Jewish regiment of the Euromaidan and co-founded the Aerozavidka unit, specializing in aerial reconnaissance. And throughout the Revolution of Dignity, Chazin stood as a symbol of the Jewish community's support for Ukraine, highlighting the intertwined fates of the Jewish and Ukrainian people. Both of our communities have been tested by the harshest of circumstances, from pogroms to the Holodomor, from the Holocaust to the Soviet occupation. Yet even in the face of oppressive regimes that sought to erase our identities, Jews and Ukrainians have found ways to preserve our traditions and our dignity. Today, the Jewish people stand in solidarity with our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. The Talmud teaches us, whoever destroys a soul, it is considered as if he destroyed an entire world. And whoever saves a life, it is considered as if he saved an entire world. We vehemently condemn the horrific invasion of Ukraine by Russia. This blatant violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and democratic principles is unacceptable. We denounce the ongoing acts of murder, sexual assault, torture, and the kidnapping of Ukrainian children. Borrowing a Hebrew term from our own tradition, dayenu, it means it would have been enough. Any one of these atrocities would have been too much. Enough is enough. But despite this grim reality, we can still find reasons for hope. Today, we celebrate Ukrainian Independence Day, a day that marks the historic moment when Ukraine declared its independence from the Soviet Union. This day commemorates the valiant struggle for freedom and salutes the modern-day warriors, the heroes who have laid down their lives to reclaim Ukraine's sacred soil from the clutches of foreign invaders. Today, we are also grateful to the United States of America for its steadfast support for Ukraine's independence and security. We appreciate the efforts of America and our allies to deter Russia's aggression and to provide vital assistance to Ukraine's military and humanitarian needs. We urge Congress to pass the bipartisan Ukraine Security Partnership Act, which would increase U.S. security and assistance, and also impose sanctions on Russia. We also call on our allies in NATO and the European Union to continue standing with Ukraine and to impose even stronger diplomatic and economic sanctions against Russia. Let us all draw inspiration from the indomitable spirit of the Ukrainian people, whose national anthem says it best: Ukraine has not yet perished, nor her glory, nor her freedom. I'm confident that the day is not far away when Ukraine will live in peace with its territorial integrity restored. Happy Ukrainian Independence Day, everyone. God bless America. Am Yisrael Chai and Slava Ukraini.